to not do it, so.
Right. And they're obviously using us for cash flow.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I would certainly like to revisit that and see what, maybe what either other ordinances have in there or kind of what we can do to the limit legally.
Right.
All right, any other questions on those items? All right, the slate of reports then.
Okay. Um, uh, the second report, the cash summary fund, I did add one comment in there about the Landmarks Commission having negative cash. That's just because we're waiting to get a federal grant payment coming in, and once that comes in, that fund will be a positive cash flow. Other than looking through the various reports, with the exception of J, I did not see anything that I felt needed to be highlighted. Did anybody have any questions?
No, I mean, I looked through them and I definitely like the variety of the reports that we get to look at it from the different angles, for sure. I know that's another one of our future items is to figure out exactly which of these reports we want, and I think you had some others tagged in there about certain areas weren't covered by any committee whatsoever.
Right, that's item J, the committee overview recap.
Yeah. I think we've got
So-
that. Is that our item 8? Is that what you got in? Well, our first item up, I guess.
Well, it'd be, yeah, it's item 8 for discussion.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll hold that off until then. Does anybody have any questions on the reports that are included? All right, no questions on those reports. So next item in is I'd entertain a motion to approve the September 27th minutes.
If I can interrupt quick,
Yes.
I sent an email out to the committee earlier today. I realized when I found a note that I needed to amend the packet or the minutes for the 27th to note that Ozzy abstained when it came to approving the minutes of September 13th because he was absent that day.
Okay. All right,
I'll
that
move
was
to approve with Dave's correction.
Second.
very good. Any other questions on that? Yeah, I got my dates mixed up on that. I was thinking the October 13th minutes instead of the September 13th minutes, so I was confused with that, but that's clear now. All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, September 27th minutes approved as amended. Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve the October 13th minutes.
So moved.
Second.
First, or Ozzy and then Lisa. Any questions, edits on these minutes? All right, hearing none, then all in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 And are any opposed? All right, we are up on minutes approvals then. So then we'll launch into our discussion and possible action about the committee overview for the financial reports.
That color-coded chart that I've got in the packet, just going through the committee structure and what's online about what it said everybody, all the committees are responsible for. I put everything down, but there is 6 or 7 different or either funds or departments that I couldn't tell who should be reviewing them. So I don't know if Finance Committee wants to review them or if that should be a discussion at council so that they can decide who should be reviewing it.
Honestly, I think that'd be a better one for the council to decide on that, because I don't want to, I mean, I know, yes, our purview is all things financial related. However, if some of these other ones are looked at by their respective committees, then I think that they should have an opportunity to have input on which committees should be overviewing those different departments in there.
Okay, based upon that comment, I can work with Candy so that we can get that. It probably won't be the November 15th meeting, but we'll try and get it on the December calendar for council.
Okay. I mean, I'm fine if we end up reviewing all of them regardless, but I'd at least like to have council's opinion on that, because there may be some that are a little sticky about that, so just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think some of them we can go through the ordinances and probably answer some of the questions, especially the ones that fall into the ACP. It looks like you already have them highlighted.
Okay,
All right. Anybody have any other thoughts on that?
Good point.
Okay, so we'll look for that item to come through in a future council meeting to talk about. And in the meantime, an ordinance review to see if maybe we can answer some of those questions ahead of time.
okay.
All right, so that leads us to the resolution to amend the 2022 budget for the ARPA funds on the Innovation Center.
High-level recap, Resolution 11522 earmarked the funds, 125 for the Stoughton Innovation Center, and at this point, they have requested the funds, so we just need to amend the budget so that we have budgetary authority to pay it out.
Is this one to go in tonight council meeting or the next?
No,
council?
I've worked with Candy. We're going to be adding it on the November 15th
Okay.
agenda.
If I would have looked at the date, I would have seen that myself.
Not a problem.
All right. Does anybody have any questions on this one? This is, I mean,
Does it even need to, well, I guess it would, yes.
yeah, because we're trying to set everything
I was thinking
up
we
so-
already approved the
Yeah.
ARPA funds going there, but yeah, we need to do it because it's amending the budget.
Yeah, we got to do the in and out of it, so.
Yep.
All right, so then I would entertain a motion to recommend that to council.
So moved.
Motion by Greg, second on that,
Second.
second by Dave. Any other questions on this one? All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
And are any opposed? All right, we'll recommend that one to council in the November meeting. Next bit we've got is to select two of us. I know we've all said, yep, we're willing to look at the shared ride services ranking of the bids. But Dave only needs two of us, so do we draw the shortest straw? Is that the way that it goes?
I thought Lisa already volunteered.
I think everybody volunteered on it, but
And I
That's what I thought. Everybody volunteered, so I just need two strong volunteers.
What's your timeline, Dave? Remind us once you get it and how quick do you need to turn it around? Because the bids will come in on the 15th and then,
I'm going from memory. I don't have that in front of me, but I believe it was by November 30th. The current vendor is aware that we started the bid process. If everything goes as last time, we're only going to have two people submitting bids, so I don't see this as a real strenuous process.
As to your question, I'm retired. I am restricted by doctors only as to my time usage.
I will do it with Lisa.
I think last time we just did it at a regular meeting, didn't we? Been so long.
Well, I remember, I think
The problem is we won't have a regular meeting.
Okay,
we all got packets and we took it home.
I
yeah.
think I remember.
But, I mean, I've done it already, so if someone else is willing, would like to.
My only,
Has
my
time.
only problem is this, I'm assuming this is a daytime meeting,
Probably,
right?
so,
Yeah,
well,
and I'm
maybe.
working almost every single day of the week, so I,
We can make it in the evening if you want. You know, I don't really care for timing, you know. I'm assuming that 7 to 10 calendar days for each of us to review it, and then probably just a half hour to meet, whether it's during the day or in the evening.
All right,
Ron,
Lee.
your chair, would you like, do you have time? I have time, but I don't have my heart set on it because I've done it once already, so if others would like to read it and be involved in it, I'm good with that too, so.
You have experience, that counts.
And I'm not sure I'll have the extra amount of time to handle it.
I can review it. I'll do it.
Okay, all right,
I'm pretty short on time these days.
As long as it's an evening,
all right.
I know.
that's too,
Any objection to that?
no.
Dave, objection to that?
I just need to know who the two people were, Lisa and who else?
Ozzy,
Lisa and Ozzy were,
Lisa and Ozzy, okay? Okay, I'll work with those two, get them the packets out when they come. Hopefully we get more bids, but my gut says we're only gonna get 2.
And
All right.
Ozzy, would you want to do a 5:30 time right after work, or what time? Would that help you out, Dave, if we did like a 5:30 right after,
Sure.
kind of, rather than split up your evening? I think we can both make a 5:30 work.
yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay,
okay. All right, thanks for the volunteering.
yep, thank you.
All right, last item of business for us is the resolution for adoption of the 2023 budget and tax levy.
Okay, I didn't, I know the recommendation comes from the committee of the whole, but I just wanted the finance committee to get an idea of what we have. And I basically plagiarized the heck out of the resolution that Dodge County used and tweaked it more for municipalities. But one of the things that I noticed is that we did not, in the past, put down the total expenditures, and that's obviously what the budget is. So that's where the breakdown of that detail comes in. So nothing else to really highlight, but I just wanted everybody to know why the format was changing. Any questions?
That's a nice piece to have in there, though, because I think that makes the full picture then.
Thank you. We're having a similar resolution coming from Stoughton Utilities to show their total expenditures also. And the public notice that went out in the past had not included Stoughton Utilities, and I made sure that it did this year.
Okay, I think that gives a greater transparency for us all then.
Thank you. Like I said, no action needed, but I just wanted to put it out there to see if there was any questions.
Nope, I think it looks good. Like I say, it's more complete than what we've seen prior.
Thank you.
We'll see that in November. Anybody have any questions on that? Or are we just sick of looking at, I'm sure we're all sick of looking at the budget numbers now.
No more than Dave, I bet.
It was Tim, I'm sure.
Yep. All right, we're through our business items, so we've got a bunch of future agendas in there. We'll see October and November financial reports in the next meeting, of which the next meeting is November the 15th, and that is the only one that we will have in November. Then we've still got special assessments discussion on there, fund balance policy discussion, PID 6 discussion. We talked about the room tax ordinance that we'll have a look at, and policies on CIP and debt management. Does anybody else want to add anything to our growing list? All right, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Greg's moving it.
No.
Second.
I just wanted to make a comment and then I'll say,
Okay.
I just wanted to apologize for being late. I misinterpreted Dave's email regarding the November
Yep.
meeting, where he says that it was at 6:30. So I thought it was this one, so I apologize for being late.
No worries.
I move to adjourn.
I did the same thing. Don't feel bad.
Second.
Motion and a second.
It's all Dave's fault.
We'll
Any
go
other
with that.
Any other questions? All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting's adjourned. Thanks, everybody, especially for running through our technical difficulties.